This is the NWSL Championship pre-game show presented by Alli. The eyes of the US soccer world are on San Diego, California, and two legends of the game, OL Reign's Megan Rapinoe and Alli Krieger of Gotham FC, in a showdown for the ages as they tonight face off against each other for the title that neither one of them has won so far, the NWSL Championship. And welcome along everybody to Snapdragon Stadium here in beautiful San Diego. It's so nice to have you with us. I'm Poppy Miller, joined by NWSL veteran and CBS sports analyst Jordan Angelian, two-time Women's World Cup winner, two-time Olympic champion, two-time FIFA World Cup Player of the Year. She's done it all. US soccer legend Carly Lloyd. Carly, this atmosphere is starting to build up, isn't it? It feels nice to be here. We're expecting another record crowd for this championship game here tonight.
It's just amazing. I mean, to be sitting here with you both, you know, a desk at an NWSL championship. I know that it was there last year, but it's just incredible. It just shows the growth, how far it's come, the investment, the support from a television standpoint, and we've got an unbelievable storyline today, right? We've got two great teams that have grinded it out all season, celebrating the legendary careers of Alli Krieger and Megan Rapinoe as well. So I hope it's entertaining. I hope there's a lot of goals.
And that's what we've had all season from NWSL, is entertaining. It has been a wild mix of a little bit of chaos, is like what we like to call it. So we're hoping some of that NWSL After Dark comes to play here in the final.
We love a bit of chaos.
Yeah.
We expect nothing less from today. Let's just show you how the regular season finished, though, with the standings. The San Diego Wave, the Shield winners, finished at the top of the table. The OL Reign finished in 4th place, advancing to the postseason, just 1 point ahead of 6th place Gotham FC. It all came down to the very final match day, and the playoff bracket looked like this. The OL Reign beat Angel City 1-0 in the quarterfinals and went on to face the San Diego Wave in the semi-finals, where they notched another 1-0 win. And then on the other side of the bracket, number 6 seed Gotham FC defeated the North Carolina Courage in the quarterfinals and then took on the Thorns in the semi-finals, where Katie Stengel's wonder strike in extra time saw Gotham make their first NWSL final in club history. The lineups are in because kickoff about 25 minutes away. Walk us through the 11 that Laura Harvey's going with, Jordan.
Yeah, Laura Harvey puts out the same exact 11 she had in that semifinal game. And what you're going to look at with this squad is the experience that they have. This is the oldest starting 11 for a final ever in NWSL. They're going to rely on Sofia Huerta on the right side to get up and cross the ball. Fishlock and Sonnet are the ball winners for them. Can Sonnet help progress the ball into their attackers? And Megan Rapinoe, Veronica Latsko, and then can Rose Lavelle get on the ball and dribble, break lines? And Jordan Heidema is starting to find her form and what she can do as a 9. She likes to tuck in sometimes, but it's her head that is most dangerous for OL Reign.
And what about for Gotham? Because Juan Carlos Carly has been known to rotate, but we've seen a bit of consistency over the last couple of games.
We have. This is their winning starting lineup, and he's going with that 3rd time in a row. And, you know, you look at this squad and just the fluidness that they have. They like to high press. They like to create some chaos. On the offensive side, they like to keep the ball, like to possess it, but they also like to get in behind and use players like Williams and Purse to use their pace and speed. But Esther has been huge for this team, and you see her up here in the 9 position. She's going to be massive for holding the ball and really just allowing other players to get in here. But, you know, this Gotham side, they're coming in with momentum. They won and beat Portland at Portland, and this is going to be another big test for them.
Yeah, and their turnaround has really been the story of the season. Their unexpected success in reaching today means that US Women's National Team legend Alli Krieger gets to play the last game of her storied career with a title on the line. And earlier today, she caught up with our Tiff Blackman.
Alli, you're moments away from taking the field to try to win your first NWSL championship, which also happens to be your final game of your career. You talked to us about trying to soak it all in. What are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling that I completely maxed out my whole NWSL experience this year, and it's been so incredible. It's been so enjoyable. I've enjoyed the team. I've enjoyed the coaches. I've enjoyed the club environment that we've created, the winning culture. I mean, I can't put into words how I feel right now. I think I'm gonna have to process it in a day or two. But this is what we play for. This is why we sign up to show up every day, is to be in games like this. And I feel like I can thrive under pressure, and I enjoy these moments. Good thing I've been in a couple finals in my past to not be, too nervous about it. So I'm just going to enjoy the moment, enjoy the atmosphere, and I'm so happy that all my friends and family could be here to support.
You also talked to us about your team's ability to be successful when it comes to the high press. How can that work to your advantage tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we just have to focus on us and stay true to who we are on both sides of the ball. And I think we have, we're the best team, I think, in the world, or at least top 5 that can regain the ball in the opponent's half really well. And I think if we stay organized, not only on the ball, but off the ball, and we try to control the game off the ball, I think we're going to be very successful. And we're all really prepared for that, and we're prepared for whatever they bring. And I'm just excited to get out there and play.
Good luck tonight, Alli.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, she really does thrive under pressure, doesn't she? And what a turnaround it has been for her and this team. But it hasn't always been smooth sailing, especially this season, Carly. They've come through so much adversity. What has led them to this moment?
This has been a complete rebuild, and credit to Yael Averbush, GM, to really listen to the players from the previous season. It's been a bit of a struggle, and she had this vision of wanting to bring a coach in that was going to play really good football and lead this group, and Juan Carlos Omeros has done exactly that, and he's come in with structure. New coaching staff, brought in some players that can offer that winning mentality. They've got the vision, the winning mentality vision, like I just mentioned, and the flexibility in way they play, and being able to hit them on the transition, but also keep the ball and play out of the back.
Yeah. Well, we're looking forward to that. From one US Women's National Team legend to another, though, Megan Rapinoe also plays her last career game tonight. She's won everything apart from this title. She just spoke with Leanne Sanderson.
Joined with none other than the legend, the icon, Megan Rapinoe. Pino, thanks for joining me. Talk to me about your emotions for this day. Finally here, your final game. Talk me through how you're feeling.
Yeah, I've had heart palps and sweaty palms all day, not gonna lie. But just excited. I mean, I feel like I've said before, everything's done, all the prep's done. Now it's time to just go out and enjoy the game that I've been playing since I was a kid. So I'm excited, I'm ready, and really looking forward to it. It's
hard to imagine that you've won the Shield with the Reign, but you've never won the championship. How much would it mean to you to go out in this way? There's not a more fitting way than this.
Yeah, this would be amazing, obviously. Coming up short a couple times, knowing this is the ultimate goal in the season, even just getting the opportunity to play in it means everything. So, it's everything. You know that.
I know that, and I know you and Alli are best friends off the field of play. Obviously, that's pushed to one side for the game, but how is it feeling going up against her in your last games together?
It feels special, to be honest. I think it feels special for everyone, even just for the league, to be able to have, 2 players who've been here since the beginning, competing in the very last games, players who I think have meant a lot to the game. Obviously, for us personally, this would be something we'll be, talk smack at each other for probably decades to come. Whoever comes out on top, this will be a little cherry for either of us.
Thanks, Pino. Good luck. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
I would love to see the messages that they've been exchanging before this game. Is third time the charm, though, for the OL Reign. I suppose what's been most impressive when you look at these stats, Jordan, is Laura Harvey. She's been without her strongest 11 for the majority of the season.
Yeah, but Laura Harvey has relied upon her system, and that has flexed a little bit as of recently, playing a little bit more of a mid-block and not such a high-pressure system. But I love that Laura Harvey can make that throughout every single player on the team. They know what's expected of them, so it doesn't matter who starts. They know that they can do a really good job of jumping passes like this. They know the cues, they know when to get into good formation and then go in transition. This OL Reign team over the last couple of years has scored the most goals in these situations, winning the ball back in high pressing situations and putting it in the back of the net. So can they do a really good job of sticking together in that mid press, winning the ball, and getting after this Gotham side?
And you look at this Reign side, players like Megan Rapinoe, Lauren Barnes, and Jess Fishlock, and what it's going to mean to them and Laura Harvey to take some hardware home. I mean, you look at Alli Krieger on the Gotham FC side, and then Megan Rapinoe going out. I mean, there's nothing better than to leave as a champion, and so This Reign side is going to be really hungry for that. And can they score and get a goal early? That's going to be key and going to give them a lot of confidence.
Well, there's World Cup winners across the pitch tonight, but great players, as you know, Carly, they can never win enough. Tonight, all they want is to lift that NWSL Championship trophy. Kickoff is coming up at the top of the hour. Stay with us, though. We've got much more to come from San Diego next.
It's time. I finally decided to hang them up.
One last page in a storybook career.
It was such an incredible atmosphere to play in front of you guys and entertain you guys for so many years. Thank you to everyone. I love you guys.
It has been a dream come true to play for you all these years. I will never be able to repay you, but you have given me so much.
I've got so much love for this beautiful game.
That has loved me back so fiercely.
In its 10th season, young stars of the NWSL are dazzling like never before.
Robinson, a shot! Yes!
Jaden shot breaking in, still has it, stops, shoots, and it deflects out.
But hey, legends will do what legends will do.
Oh, and it's nudged forwards, and it's in!
Another headed goal for OL Reign.
There's only one thing left to do before I end my career.
To lift this trophy at the very end of it all.
Gotham have done it! And they're into their first NWSL Championship final.
OL Reign are going to the final against Gotham next Saturday.
It's Gotham
versus OL Reign. In front of the greatest fans
with the best teammates.
Now we get to do it.
One more time.
On the biggest stage.
For one last dance.
And one last game. The job is not done.
There's still one thing
we haven't checked off.
Stengel with a strike!
One of us will be walking away
with our first NWSL trophy.
I've shared so much with Rapinoe.
I've shared so much with Kriegs.
There's no chance she's getting this.
But I can't share this one.
To the victor
goes the spoils.
One last time.
It's Gotham FC
versus OL Reign. This is the 2023
NWSL Championship.
I'll finish what I started.
And welcome to the 2023 Alli NWSL Championship. Tonight on CBS Sports is the OL Reign and Gotham FC presented by CarMax. These two teams will face off to earn the right to call themselves NWSL champions for the first time in their club's history, and the NWSL legends are ready one final time. And hello and welcome along, everyone. I'm Poppy Miller. It's so nice to have you with us for what will be a true fairy tale ending tonight for one of the game's legends, as Megan Rapinoe or Alli Krieger will walk off into the sunset with one of the few trophies missing from their illustrious careers. Let's take a look at how they got here in the road to the championship. The OL Reign beat Angel City in the quarterfinals with a goal from Veronica Latsko. In the semi-finals, it was Latsko once again, the hero, notching another to lift the Reign over the Shield winners, the San Diego Wave. Then on the other side of the bracket, number 60, Gotham FC knocked off the Courage in the quarterfinals to earn their first ever playoff win. Katie Stengel's wonder-striking extra time was the difference in the match to oust Portland in the semi-final to make them arrive to their first NWSL final in club history. Kickoff is now just a couple of minutes away for you, so let's get you over to your commentators for the match. Laurie Lindsay, but first, Jackie Oatley.
Well, thank you, Poppy. What a thrilling season it has been. And at the end of it all, we are left here with last season's Shield winners who came out on top, and the bottom side that year, Gotham, who somehow have made up a 27-point gap. And they've won both of their games in the playoffs without conceding as well. And Laurie Lindsay is here to tell us how on earth they've done that.
Yeah, well, what an incredible turnaround, but not completely surprising, because this is a Gotham team that was aggressive in the offseason to bring in a new coach, more experienced players. They deserve to be here. And then for OL Reign, this is a team team that's used to winning trophies, but the one that's eluded them, this one right here, the NWSL Championship. All expectations are on them to get this win tonight.
Okay, well, let's have a look at how the two sides line up. Starting with OL Reign. They are unchanged from the semi-final win over San Diego Wave in this very stadium.
Yeah, loads of experience on this team. They'll need to use that to their advantage tonight. That starts with their two center backs, Barnes, Cook. They'll anchor the back line. Fishlock in the midfield. She'll be the connector, but then up top, expect Rapinoe, Latsko to be on the ball quite often. But Latsko, 2-game winners in the last 2 games. They'll need that from her tonight. But when you think about difference makers, you think about this player right here, Rose Lavelle. She is their X factor. She has all the tools. She can go 1v1. She can wiggle her way out of pressure. She can strike from distance. But it is her ability and her movement in and around the 18-yard box that can cause a lot of problems for Gotham's defense tonight.
Well, as for Gotham, their head coach, Juan Carlos Amoros, has changed his lineup every single match throughout this entire campaign until the semi-final, and now he's retained the same starting 11 once again.
Well, it's not surprising that they've retained the same starting lineup because they have been undefeated in these playoffs. But much like OL Reign, this is a team that is dangerous in the wide areas. So expect the outside backs of Neiswanger, Bernina to get high and wide in the attack. But up top, Astaire, she will be the focal point centrally. She'll play back to goal and ultimately allow the other wingers to be even more aggressive in the attack. And when you think about being aggressive in the attack, you think about Lynn Williams. We talk about the turnaround with this team. Well, she is the main reason why. 7 goals, 3 assists on the season so far. That leads this team, but she does so much more than find the back of the net. They're going to need her presence on both sides of the ball in order to secure their first championship tonight.
And she's so experienced at this level. We are just minutes away from the 10th NWSL Championship game. Neither of these sides has ever won one before. It is a beautiful day for football in Southern California. OL Reign from Seattle and Gotham from New Jersey, New York are vying to be crowned champions for the very first time. It's the last game for the legendary Megan Rapinoe and Alli Krieger in their final ever professional game, and they are the subject of our Allied Bioblast.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than this. Big careers, big friends, and now big rivals. The only championship that these two haven't won is this one right here. We're in for a treat tonight.
And Alli Krieger is the captain for Gotham. Plenty of experience in both of these sides. And that is the trophy in front of them that they are both playing for. All the preparations done. The talking is over. Now it's all about the action. The OL Reign and Gotham players stride out for the final time this season. It's the 137th and last match of a highly competitive NWSL campaign, which has seen last season's bottom side claw their way up the table, squeak into the playoffs, and here they are facing a Reign side whose standards have slipped this season. But with the likes of Megan Rapinoe in the side, they will want to change that, and they still have a chance to lift the championship trophy for the very first time. What will they be thinking, Laurie Lindsay?
Well, they'll certainly be wanting to manage their emotions, a lot of excitement, a lot of nerves, so the first 20 minutes are going to be key to this game.
We are all set. This is the 2023 Alli NWSL Championship on CBS Sports, and it's coming right up. Welcome back to Snapdragon Stadium in San Diego, where old friends are rivals for a final time. Now, before we kick off in the championship game, let's head down pitch side, where Tiffany Blackman's with the Gotham head coach, Juan Carlos Amoros.
Thanks, Jackie. Coach, you are sticking with the same starting 11 you had for the semifinals. Why does this group give you the best chance to try to win a championship tonight?
Well, I think they know how we want to play. They know our style, the same as their teammates, but they've been fantastic, so they get the chance to go out there tonight again, no?
Thanks, Coach. Good luck tonight.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Jackie?
Thank you very much, Tiff. To think that this time last season, Gotham season was over, cut adrift at the foot of the table. There has been so much change since then. A new coach, 13 new players. Whereas on the Reign side, there are old heads who have been in championship games before. Megan Rapinoe, Lauren Barnes and Jess Fishlock all started 2 previous finals. And they lost on both occasions. This is a final chance for Megan Rapinoe at least to put it right. We are just seconds away. Huge game feeling about this one. So much of the build-up about those 2 players. Our referee tonight is Katja Koroleva, who also took charge of the last meeting between these 2 sides in May, when Gotham thumped Reign 4-1 in Seattle. And that, by all accounts, was the turning point in Gotham's season, when they started to believe that they could achieve and that they could reach this level. Now, can they go one step further? The 2023 NWSL Championship game is underway in San Diego, and history will be made today with a brand new champion to be crowned. It is OL Reign in the dark blue, it is Gotham all in white, and this will be a fiercely contested match. Laurie Lindsay, your thoughts?
Yeah, the first 20 minutes are going to be key, Jackie, just to manage emotions, start this game strong, stay compact defensively, don't concede, and then build yourself into this game.
Here is Megan Rapinoe up against young Rapinoe from Brazil. Rapinoe with a good ball in early on, and Heitemer flying in. Now the early warning signs are there.
Well, that is an exact area they're going to be looking for all night long, the OL Reign. Direct balls over the top to the wingers. This time it's Megan Rapinoe, and then she just gets face up. This is the matchup that they're going to want. A little clever outside of the ball, or outside the football into the 18-yard box, but getting the balls direct out to the wingers and then whipping balls in to the runners inside the 18-yard box.
Mandy Hort is the goalkeeper for Gotham tonight, getting an early touch. Maybe that will do her some good. Neither of these goalkeepers started their campaigns as number 1. Mandy Hort having to come in for Abby Smith, who was injured. Emily Sonnet on the ball for Reign. McClernand. And you just get the feeling that the first goal in this game could prove crucial. And Laurie, bearing in mind, if it is OL Reign, you get the impression they'd be quite happy to sit in and make life very difficult for Gotham after that. Whereas if it was Gotham who scored first, then perhaps it could be a little livelier.
Yeah, I absolutely think so. And one of the things that we know about this OL Reign team is that they want to press. They want to put the opposition under pressure early on. But they're also happy just to sit back, concede possession, concede the space, and not allow for the space to develop in behind, and that's where Gotham can be most dangerous when this game opens up in transition.
That's Lynn Williams back to her own goalkeeper, Hort. Maitane, Spain international, who's come in midway through the season and done really well. Oh, there's a problem here for Megan Rapinoe. Well, she's seen some early action, and she looks to have a problem here. Well, there was nobody around her when Megan Rapinoe went down. And this is a real concern for the legend in her final professional game. So much talk, so much build-up about her facing off against Alli Krieger, both players having won 2 Women's World Cups with the United States. And it would be devastating for her if she weren't able to continue.
Oh, and this is a player that we know has battled some injuries as of late in her career, and there she goes down, just unattested on the top of your screen, off to a bright start. And as you mentioned, Jackie, that would be devastating, and right now the reaction do look like she might be coming off, hands in her head. Really slow to get up.
What a sad, sad sight. And Laura Harvey having to reorganise things straight away, talking to the really experienced Lauren Barnes about what she might do here, as it looks as though Megan Rapinoe, very, very sadly, may well have to be replaced. Well, the players have only just done their warm-ups, and it could well be Bethany Bolser that comes on. And this is a sight that absolutely nobody wanted to see. There's a stretcher coming on. And it appears the substitution is about to be made. And this is such a sad, sad way for Megan Rapinoe's professional career to come to an end. The fans had shown up in their numbers to celebrate a national heroine, a woman who has done so much, not just for the women's game, but for the game of football in the United States, and for so many more causes beyond. And the appreciation of that player will continue for many years to come. And just listen to that ovation. Appreciation of a legend. But here the game continues, and Bethany Bolser has come on, and Gotham FC are looking to take advantage of the disarray and perhaps the emotional experience that the OL Reign players are going through, seeing their friend, their teammate, having to go off in such disappointing circumstances. But this is a final, and continue they must, Laurie.
Yeah, absolutely. And we talk about big players stepping up in these big moments. Well, even more right now, as that's a big ball over the top, trying to find Bethany Bolser and Heitema up top, who've just come into game. Bethany Bolser, but it's going to be a different type of player than Megan Rapinoe. She's going to have a bit more room to play centrally. Heitema and her will change in and out. But again, big players have to step up in these moments, whether it's Fishlock, Sonnet, Lou Barnes on that back line for OL Reign.
And on we go. And still the ovation continues as Megan Rapinoe heads down the tunnel, limping from that injury, which was entirely off the ball. She did put an early cross in literally the first minute of the game, looking to have that impact to try to catch out young Gotham goalkeeper. But now it's all about the rest of the Reign side trying to win it for themselves and also for their legendary teammate. They have Jess Fishlock still, they have Lauren Barnes still on the ball. They are not short of leaders, that is for sure. And they have plenty of experience. Here's Lasco with 2 goals in 2 playoff games so far.
Yeah, we're going to see an offside, but it's a bright start for OL Reign outside of losing Megan Rapinoe. At times you can already see it's going to be a hybrid 3-back, and it's going to push Huerta higher up the field on this right-hand side. That's where they can excel the most in the attack, to be able to overload that back line for Gotham.
Okay, let's go down pitch side to Tiffany.
Hey guys, I watched Megan Rapinoe walk by me, a really grave look of concern on her face, but on her way back behind the benches, I saw Coach Juan Carlos Amoros go over, pat her on the back, and shake her hand. So everyone...
Thanks, Tiff. Here's Esther for Gotham battling away in midfield. Both sides in the semi-finals produced really gutsy, determined displays. Both sets of players had their tails up, and they brought that attitude into this final match in San Diego. Away by Sonnet, picked up now by Neely Martin in the Gotham midfield.
And we've talked a lot about OL Reign and what they need to do, big players stepping up, but for Gotham FC now, just understanding the moment, it could be even more emotional for the Reign players. So can they get a hold of this game, start to move it as we're seeing Neiswanger on the ball on this near side.
Neiswanger's ball is dealt with by Cook. Here's Huerta. Laura, you're a really close friend of Megan Rapinoe. No doubt you're feeling a little emotional at the moment. How do you think her teammates on the field will be feeling right now?
Well, absolutely. They are going to be crushed for her, but they also know that they're professionals in this moment. They still have a championship to win, so all business. That is something that their head coach, Laura Harvey, said. They've won this championship, or they've been to the championship 2 times previously, but didn't allow themselves to be in the moment, and that will be the key message going forward. Continue to play your game. You're here for a reason, but also win this championship for Megan.
As if they didn't have enough of an incentive. Here's Alli Krieger standing by to take the free kick. Maitane of Spain to the Brazilian Breninha. Bolsa goes to her. Purse, the player who replaced Megan Rapinoe in her final match for the United States in September. Yasmin Ryan, Breninha, his Purse in a little bit of space. Midge Purse, it's ambitious.
Might be a little bit ambitious, but that's what you want to do early on, be able to test the young goalkeepers that are on both sides. As we're going to see Bethany Bolser there, she's the one that's come in as a substitute for Megan Rapinoe. And as I mentioned, a little bit of a different player. She will occupy that left-hand side, but she'll have a bit more freedom to come inside, switch with Haitema, who is their center forward. So we'll see how that movement tests that back line for Gotham FC.
Claudia Dickey in goal for OL Reign. She hasn't conceded a goal in the last 4 games. She's done incredibly well since replacing Fallon Tullis-Joyce. Here's Huerta for Reign.
On a good look at the press from Gotham FC too, Jackie. You mentioned that for OL Reign, but Gotham, one of the things that has made them so difficult to play against, getting numbers forward, putting the opposition under pressure.
Esther battling away. Throw into Reign though. Throw into OL Reign. Free kick rather, and looking on the bright side for Reign, at least they're not having to face Amy Rodriguez in a championship final, because they played in 2 before and she scored 3 goals in the 2 of them and denied them a medal at this level. She can't deny them tonight.
Well, they might not have Amy Rodriguez, but they have Lynn Williams, they have Midge Purse, they have Esther on that front line, and that no doubt was a key coming into this game. Picking their moments when the press, but they cannot leave that space in behind, because those 3, if you give them time and space on the ball, they'll start to work their magic, and they can be deadly going forward.
Well, we can expect a lot of crosses into the box from Reign, that is for sure. They are the most deadly by a long way from heading situations. And Jordan Haitema, who's quite a useful player in the centre of the box, trying to get the cross in on that occasion, denied by Breninha. Reminder, if we're level at full time, then we will go to a period of 30 minutes of extra time, and if required, We will have a penalty shootout, but that is a very, very long way away from now. Rapinoe. Esther underneath it. In Gotham's last match, Laurie, Esther, the centre forward, came back deep and played a lot of the game in midfield. How do you see her role tonight?
Yeah, she is playing a bit higher, but at times she will have, again, the freedom to move around, drop deep into the midfield to create overloads. That is one of the areas I do feel like this OL Reign team does have an advantage. More experience with Fishlock, who's on the ball right now, Sonnet, Rose Lavelle. So with Esther dropping a little bit deeper, could give them a numerical advantage that could be advantageous once they do get a hold of the ball and then utilize their wingers going forward. And speaking about Rose Lavelle, that is a player that we need to see for OL Reign to get on the ball more. She's their X factor. She's their difference maker. Fresher legs than most of these players coming back from injury. Can cause a lot of problems if she gets on the ball, especially driving at the back line.
There is Rose Lavelle. What a talent she is. The start that she made in the semi-final was her first start for 2 months. And when we spoke to Megan Rapinoe and to Jess Fishlock in the week, they made it very clear that the X factor is Rose Lavelle. They're a very different side when she's starting. So much talent and so direct as well. They said that when she gets the ball, we just shout at her, "Go, Rose!" and just take on everybody and try and shoot and do it all yourself.
Well, and it's difficult to defend that because you're so used to the defending passing angles, but when a player can get on the ball and start to drive it back lines and then combine at full speed, that's where she's so good, and it's so difficult to get numbers around her. But they have to get on the ball a bit more than we're seeing so far in this first 15 minutes.
Nice Wonga. Lynn Williams to chase. Huerta is there. Swept upfield. Picked up by Neely Martin. So many injuries in this Gotham side this season, it has to be said. So much experience has been unable to play. Christy Mewis has been out until, well, after the World Cup, until the semi-final where she came on and dropped the ball down for Katie Stengel to score that fabulous winner. Plenty of other injuries as well. Here's Nice Wonga. Nice play by the rookie. Back from Williams to Niswonger, intercepted by Cook though, but it's a nice idea.
Well, and that's the thing that the OL Reign have to be careful of, because if they're going to press, that's a tough challenge on Krieger against Haitema. But if they're going to press, then they have to go together, because that was just way too easy for Niswonger, the left back, for Gotham FC to be able to work her way, combine out of trouble. And if it wasn't an intervention from Alana Cook for OL Reign, that would have been Lynn Williams off to the races on this near side.
Huerta, forwards from Fishlock. Now it's back to Sonnet. Another of the leaders in this Reign side. McLernan. Sonnet, who Laura Harvey says she still cannot believe they managed to get her on a free from Washington Spirit. Lovely play from Lavelle. Oh, what a flick that was. Absolutely stunning. Trying to fashion an opening for Vlatsko.
Well, and that's the magic that Rose Lavelle can bring. She's going to draw 2-3 defenders around her. Not going to be a ton of room in the central areas, but she has the vision, the technical ability to be able to break lines, whether it's through a pass or the dribble. So a little glimpse of it there.
Rapinoe. Krieger to Niswonger. The 39-year-old has been talking Niswonger through this entire campaign ever since the rookie replaced Krieger in the opening match, 10 minutes or so in when she went down with an injury. Niswonger had been training really only for a week at left back, having played her entire college career as an attacking midfielder, and here she is, out-muscled by Latsko.
Oh, what a season that she has. Young Niswonger, Rookie of the Year, coming in, attacker in college for Florida State, has dropped back to that left back position, and she has been excellent on both sides of the ball, still learning, but it's one of the reasons, and it can't be overstated, on what Juan Carlos Amorós has done with this Gotham team. The aggression in the offseason to be able to get more experienced players in, surround Niswonger, and she's able to learn on the job throughout this season.
She said after Krieger's retired next season, she still wants an earpiece in her ear so she can guide her through where she needs to be positionally, because she's been a huge help for her. That's given away by, well, not given away by Ryan, excuse me. Picked up by Niswonger. Williams wants it back. Shepherded by Lavelle. Nicely done. Here's Neely Martin. Rapinoe screaming for it. And here's Purse. Purse into Esther. Delaney Sheehan, who scored her first career goal in the quarter-final of the playoffs. North Carolina Courage. Esther. Ryan. Rapinoe in towards Esther. Williams! Well, that goes down as an opportunity for a player of Lynn Williams' quality and experience. The first opening she's had in this game.
Well, just keep an eye on the movement of Esther. She is going to be the difference maker in this game for Gotham, because she's dropping in between the lines. She can create the overloads, as we mentioned, and it's just the awareness to get that ball out wide. And that's where the Reign have to be spot on inside the box because of the movement. A little bit late from Huerta, but Williams gets all of that, nowhere near the goal, but that is better from Gotham FC. Moving the ball, taking the sting out of the game a bit, keeping possession, moving it side to side.
Latsko challenged illegally by Krieger. Oh, Megan Rapinoe able to see the funny side. If you have just joined us, then that is what happened in the opening few minutes to Megan Rapinoe after all the build-up, all the fanfare of the Legends' final game. And there is another legend, Sue Bird, the fiancée of Megan Rapinoe.
Well, Jack, we've mentioned the emotions around this game already, and Megan Rapinoe being substituted out with an injury would be emotional for both of these teams. Not only is this a championship, but the last game for both Alli Krieger and Megan Rapinoe. Both teams would feel that, and both teams have responded really well, continuing to get back to business, moving the ball around, and exactly what we expect. A pretty tight game defensively. No team really opening themselves up yet or taking a ton of risks.
Summit. Reign looking to build. If you do want to watch OL Reign in 2024, by the way, then take advantage of some great season ticket opportunities now available at olreign.com/memberships. Now here's Lavelle, loves to drive at defences. Trickery. Brings Huerta into play. She wants it back. Sonnet.
Well, Jackie, that wasn't the ball that Sonnet wanted, but that's a right idea, because this is a high line for Gotham FC. We've seen that throughout this season, and at times, OL Reign's going to want to just play a ball over the top to loosen that back line, make them drop a little bit deeper than they are. Then that opens up the space for Rosabelle in front of them, or even Sofia Huerta, who's coming down this right-hand side.
Krieger finds Sheehan. Huerta with the challenge, but she wriggles away from her. Delaney Sheehan for Gotham. Into a step. Challenged by Barnes, but it's away to Lynn Williams. Estelle wants it back. Sheehan. Away by Sonnet. Lavelle, lovely bit of skill. Just off balance, and Alli Krieger was a long way up the field just then. Had they managed to break away, it could have been interesting.
And both teams already being aggressive with their approach, stepping in, the two center backs into the midfield.
And here they come, Gotham. Oh, lovely play by Midge Purse. She has time to pick up Williams! It's Lynn Williams for Gotham in the championship final! She's been here before. She's won here before. And Gotham go 1-up.
Well, it all starts with a turnover on that far side. We talk about the pressing. We talk about the ability to break down. And then they're able to build on that far side. You see the late challenge. And so good from Midge Purse to evade the initial challenge, beat another player, and then it's a late run from Lynn Williams. They overload the 18-yard box. No one steps tight. Huerta loses her mark, and then right there, just at the last second, puts on the Jets and just keeps it on frame to put Gotham up 1-0. What an excellent finish, especially after missing the opportunity just 2 minutes before. Keeps that one. Easy finish. Well done from Gotham FC in this championship game.
Well, 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 the smile says it all. And Williams already has a bustling trophy cabinet at home. She'll certainly need to make space for another medal, but if it's gold, she has plenty of those too. 3 championships, 3 shields.
And Jackie, we were talking about nerves to this game. One of the reasons why it was tight early on in the first 20, 25 minutes. Emotions, excitement, nerves, everything about this game. Not a lot of risk being taken. Well, then it's Gotham FC starts to get a hold of the game, moving it side to side. And then they create those 1v1 situations that we talked about through their wingers, getting isolated, and all the credit to Midge Purse. Being direct, incisive, getting into the box, and then you have the late runners. Excellent work, excellent combination play, and individual effort from Gotham FC to put themselves up 1-0.
Lynn Williams in her 5th final as Krieger gets it away. Now, can they break again? It's Yasmin Ryan, who's going for back-to-back championship titles after winning it with Portland last year. So too Abby Smith, by the way, who's injured, the goalkeeper at the moment. So Mandy Hort is in goal. Now here's Krieger as Gotham look to consolidate that goal advantage.
Well, we'll see how this changes the complexity of the game with Gotham going up, because at times they are going to want to continue to be driving at the back line, overload the back line of OL Reign, but then be smart in possession, because this is a game now that OL Reign's going to have to come out of their defensive shape at times and look to hunt to get that equalizer.
What fabulous play by Midge Purse in the build-up. Wonderful piece of skill on the right-hand side, taking out 2 Reign defenders. And then she had 2 options in the centre.
Well, it was the exact same thing that we talked about coming into this game, Jackie's. These areas right here for the Gotham wingers.
Williams on the charge again. Barnes gets there first.
If they can bypass the initial pressure, that is the last thing you want, is open space for those Gotham wingers or for them to get isolated 1v1. And it was an excellent combination play on that far side for Midge Purse to be able to get isolated, and then she's doing what she does best, direct, taking players on.
Nice to see a goal in such a big game scored by some skill and positivity rather than somebody's horrible error. Really was a well-worked goal by Gotham, by Midge Purse, scored by Lynn Williams. A second in a championship final. Oh, now here's an option through the centre. The flag stayed down. Lavelle! And she's put it away! And still the flag is down! And Rose Lavelle has equalised for OL Reign! A moment of quality. Reign cutting through the Gotham defence. And Rose Lavelle kept her head, and what a cool finish.
Well, and Jackie, big players stepping up in big moments. We talk about Roosevelt being the X factor. There's the high line of Gotham FC. It's just one pass, and then the little run deep from Roosevelt completely takes out the back line for Gotham FC, and then composed finish, just calm, last minute opens her hip, then closes it, says thank you very much, I tied this game 1-1.
Perfectly timed run by Rose Lavelle, the player with the X factor. And in the absence of Megan Rapinoe, every bit of quality is very welcome as Reign are back on level terms. Let's go down pitch side to Leanne.
Thanks, Jackie. Yeah, it was kind of cool scenes when Megan Rapinoe was one of the first ones up. Her teammates were carrying on her back, you know, for her to celebrate the goal. But it was always going to be crucial, the first goal in this game. But fair play to Reign for coming into this game, because Laurie touched upon managing the emotions after losing a player like Megan Rapinoe.
Thanks, Leanne.
And also, Jackie, managing the game, and we talked about the high line for Gotham FC. That is a risk that they're playing when you have a Roosevelt that can come out of the midfield with her runs, timed it perfectly, and just a composed finish.
Here they come again with their tails up. Lavelle. Well, what a game we have on our hands now in San Diego. Really difficult to call this game now, Laurie.
It is, back and forth for us especially, but both of these teams, players stepping up. We're seeing Roosevelt get herself involved. That is a player that we picked out. Getting in between the lines, she's certainly up for it. Lynn Williams, Midge Purse on the other side. Really wonderful players showing up in most important moments.
Huerta again. And now the flag goes up against Haitama. Let's have another look at that goal by Rose Lavelle.
Well, this is one of the ways that you can break the high line for Gotham FC, whether it's just a direct ball in behind or a quick combination play, and that is so difficult to defend because you have a midfielder coming from a deep area, and if no one tracks, that's what happens. You have loads of space and you're 1v1 against the goalkeeper. And then we see the reaction of Megan Rapinoe, certainly going to be cheering her team on, willing them to get another one and get this victory.
And she scored their last goal in the championship final. That was back in 2014 against FC Kansas City. Twice in 2 years they were denied, and they've not been back since. It's one trophy that Laura Harvey would absolutely love to have, to add to her CV. She has plenty besides, and not just at OL Reign. In her 8th season with them in total. Barnes into Fishlock. Krieger. Now here's Ryan. Just allows Sonnet to nip in. Now here's Niswong, a first-time ball looking to try and spring the trap. now there's a problem for Rain with Emily Sonnet, who looks to be in a lot of pain. We'll have another look in a moment at what she did, but she's been scampering around in that midfield and closing down the space. It's been absolutely fabulous this season for Rain.
Oh, Jackie, typically a center back. Sometimes we see her as an outside back, but OL Reign has stepped into that holding midfield role, and my goodness, has she been the difference maker as well for this OL Reign team. There is the tackle. She goes to ground. It just looks like maybe the follow through right there from a stare that catches her right below her shin guard.
Christina Unkel, our rules analyst, is with us. Anything you've seen untoward so far, Christina?
On that play right there, no, Sonia just gets her foot caught into the grass essentially and her studs in. And it's good to highlight the fact that the goal for Rose Lavelle, the person who kept her onside was Brunina, and that was a very, very tight. So if they continue to play that high line, they got to make sure they're all stepping at the same time.
You want to give the assistant a little bit of credit, no doubt, in your role. Come on, because it's difficult to see first time. By definition, you have to have one eye looking one way, one eye looking the other. And no, absolutely spot on.
Well, it's good to see a Sonnet back up as well, because as we were mentioning, such an important piece. Allows Fish Locke, who sits next to her often, take a few more risks in the midfield, and as this game wears on, she's going to have to get more involved into the attack as well to help out Rose Lavelle.
Sonnet forwards. He looks to be okay now as Krieger moves it to Hort. Another injury problem here now for Maitane, the Gotham centre half. This is really a tough physical battle, as you would expect in a championship final. Concern for Juan Carlos Amoros. Well, it gives the Gotham coach chance to bring his players over and just regroup after conceding that goal pretty quickly after they'd scored such a fine goal, which was made by Midge Purse and allowing Lynn Williams to sweep home.
Well, it was an excellent response from OL Reign just to be able to keep their composure throughout so far, because obviously losing Megan Rapinoe, but then also conceding that goal. And there's Midge Purse, the one that created that opportunity for Lynn Williams for Gotham. But now for Gotham, conceding that goal immediately afterwards, good opportunity now for them just to calm things down, get back to their game plan, which is picking their moments when they can be direct, but if not, keep possession, play centrally, and allow for those wide spaces to start to open up a bit more.
Let's bring in our goalkeeper specialist, Jill Lloyden, who's standing by and dying to talk to us about the goalkeepers.
This is such a difficult position for Hot. Rose Lavelle just has exceptional close control here. Hot has to stay in a balanced position in case Rose Lavelle shoots here. She opens up her hip, disguises her finish, conceals where she wants to go. That off balance is Hot, and it's an easy finish for Rose Lavelle in the end.
She was so cool, wasn't she? So calm. You might expect that sort of calmness from a player who scored in a World Cup final, wouldn't you? Scoring the second goal in 2019. She hadn't scored for a club this season in an injury-ravaged campaign. Neely Martin with the long throw for Gotham, trying to cause some chaos in that Reign defence. And Fish looks there and it's off the post. Oh, and it's off the bar from Sheehan. What an extraordinary passage of play. And Reign live to fight another day. Williams. Sonnet underneath it and off the referee. So an uncontested drop ball because it changed possession. But what a moment, and how close did Gotham just come?
they come as close as ricocheting off of the post and the crossbar in quick succession, but you can't turn off at any moment in this game. It just comes off of a throw-in. Excellent flick to keep this alive from Lynn Williams initially. So difficult through traffic to be able to clear that, but then the numbers around the ball defensively allows for Gotham FC to keep it alive, and just unfortunate as he hit the crossbar and the post.
McClernand's clearance charged down, and now it's back with Sheehan.
But Jackie, that is what Gotham needs more of at this point in time, starting to get some momentum. Quick throw in, get numbers into the box, put OL Reign under pressure. They need more of that overload, that 18-yard box defensively for OL Reign.
Now here's Maitane up from the back to Purse. We know what she did last time, and Williams is there again. Retrieved by Niswanger. Clever ball into Williams. Sonnet was there, and Cook will clear. Krieger.
Well, Jackie, we've talked about it endlessly coming into this game, but also throughout. Those wide areas with Mitch Purse, Lynn Williams, they're having a field day, getting isolated 1v1 against McLaren Huerta on this near side. Right now, for this last 5-6 minutes, if I'm Juan Carlos Amaros, I'm telling my players to hit the balls in behind, get them faced up, and get them serving balls into the box, because it's proven to be a difficult one right now for OL Reign to defend deep in their own half.
Nice play by Lavelle once again. It's the better of Maitane. Now Heitema's there. Oh, and the interception for the corner.
Well, we're talking about how good Gotham has been on one end, and then this player right here decides that she's going to take this OL Reign team on her shoulders, and immediately in transition goes the other end and creates a corner kick for OL Reign.
End-to-end stuff in San Diego. And Sofia Huerta, who goes across.
You want to keep your eye on number 8, Balser, number 9, Heitema. Those two players have the ability to get through traffic and win the aerial battle for OL Reign.
Into the danger area, way by Maitane. Back to Huerta. Good work by Williams. Well, she's conceded a free kick. I think we know what she thinks about that.
And there's the tackle from Lynn Williams. I'm not so sure that is a foul. She does a good job of getting the ball. It's just the momentum that carries Huerta over.
Enthusiastic. Reign free kick. So many players up there. Huerta, let's fly. Away by Niswanger, not away. Back with Sonnet. Balsa. Fishlock swings it into the danger area. Sonnet was there. She's all over the pitch tonight.
But it comes back to the defense. As soon as that ball is tried to clear, the players behind the ball for OL Reign do such a good job to be able to keep this in play. There's a last attempt to try to get Sonnet in. It's always going to be difficult from that angle. Maitane, all the credit stays touch tight. Sonnet already past that near post. Going to be difficult for her to get anything to redirect that, keep it on frame, to really test hot.
Well, the first half has absolutely flown by.
I'm looking down, I can't even believe that we're in the 42nd minute.
No. Fishlock forward. Let's go to Lavelle. Lavelle clever enough to wait to Heitema. Flag stayed down. Heitema! And Jordan Heitema has scored, but now the flag goes up. premature celebrations. But Rose Lavelle causing havoc once again.
Well, every time Rose Lavelle gets on the ball, she is creating so much trouble. You can see the offside is clear from Idema and even Balser on that far side. And in those moments, Latsko, who's playing the right wing for Earl Rain, has to stay wide because she can be an easy outlet. You saw all the numbers centrally for Gotham FC when they're defending. Just stay wide, create those wide channels for yourself, and open up the back line for Gotham FC horizontally.
Cook's ball forward for Maitani to have to deal with. Hooked forwards by Lavelle. Let's go breathing down the neck of Krieger, who does really well to find Niswonger. What do you think the respective head coaches will be saying to their players at halftime, Laurie?
Yeah, fair play. I mean, emotional game, as we said, and then Megan Rapinoe goes down. That changes the complexity of the game, but so do goals, right? And so each team kept their head, got back to business, and really manage those emotions to be able to start to attack and take some risks. And we mentioned it. In these games, fine margins, big players have to show up. Well, big players on both teams have done just that. OL Reign, Roosevelt getting the equalizer, and before that, Lynn Williams, Midge Purse combining for the go-ahead.
Fishlock looking for a run. Heismer through the center. Hart read the danger.
Yeah, and really good positioning from Hart, because if you're going to play a high line, then she has to play a bit higher to take care of those balls. And it prevents Rose Lavelle from making those runs out of the midfield with her positioning, but it also forces that turnover, and then they can go out the other side.
And we're into a minimum of 5 minutes of stoppage time presented by Verizon. Krieger finds Niswonger. Quite a partnership that's developed throughout the course of this season as this Gotham side has evolved. Lovely play from Williams. Puerta concedes a corner.
Well, it's off your screen, Jackie, but one of the things that makes us stare, the center forward for Gotham, is so important to the way that they attack Gotham FC as she occupies the two center backs of the opposition. That frees up the space to be isolated 1v1. And now we're seeing Gotham FC with a dangerous set piece towards the end of this first half.
Midge Purse, creator of the first goal for Lynn Williams. Cleverly so. Looks to do it once again with this delivery. Esther is there! Oh, and what a finish by the World Cup winner, Esther! Created once again by Midge Purse. And the World Cup winner may well be coming an NWSL Championship winner as well.
Well, so much about set pieces, it's the delivery. And look at that ball from Midge Purse. Just puts it on a dime. Esther just slips in between the two defenders and just gets up. And that is a textbook finish right into the corner at such an important time of this game. Says, thank you very much. Here we go. She gets high above the rest, finds the back of the net, and puts Gotham up 2-1.
And it was two attacking players defending that header from Esther. What a calm finish.
And Ola Rain will be upset with that defending, because the first thing you know, in important moments, you have to get touch tight, you have to bump your players. Esther, with her quality, completely unmarked, gets in between the two defenders, and then such an important goal at such an important time.
And Esther just got a cuddle on the sidelines there by the assistant head coach, Jesus Boteo Hermosa, who's a top tactician and has had a very big say in the way this season has gone, along with Juan Carlos Amoros, the two coming together from Real Betis. Hermosa having written books on tactical analysis, and you just get the impression there that perhaps that set piece, that goal, came straight off the training ground. It took them 5 minutes to respond last time. What can they do here before half-time? Huerta with a delivery in. Away by Krieger. Back into Sonnet, to Lavelle. Lovely touch from her. Fouled by Lynn Williams in a dangerous position.
Well, the set piece starts from that big ball from Huerta, and that is a player that we haven't seen enough of in the attack, delivering those balls from the right-hand side. Had the most touches in their semifinal game against San Diego, so can certainly influence the attack. Big ball over, and then they got numbers in behind. And this Rose Lavelle drawing the foul, and there's somebody that can hit it from this distance with her left foot. It is certainly Rose Lavelle.
You can just see from her influence on this game just how much Reign have missed Lavelle this season, having started the opening 2 games of the campaign, and then only 2 more games she started in quick succession after that. How they wanted her back for the World Cup, but now she's back for the playoffs. She scored 1 and equalised already. Big moment for OL Reign. Huerta takes it. Oh, Krieger's there and it's not dealt with. To Fishlock and Huerta. Into Lavelle. Gets that one wrong.
Well, good pressure from Niswanger. Just to throw her off a bit in this important moment. Just a few seconds left. Just gets tight enough so she can't get a clean cross off. And now Menihal will just slow things down, let the clock tick.
We've not been shortchanged this half, that is for sure. It has been fun, it has been lively. We've seen 3 goals. Unfortunately, we've seen an injury as well to Rapinoe. And still we continue. Juan Carlos Amoros, the Gotham head coach, looks at his watch as if to say, come on, we played enough. 5 minutes is only ever a minimum, of course, depending on what happens in that time. And we have had a goal in that time from Gotham, from Esther. Hence the extra time on top of the added time. Niswanger with the throw-in for Gotham. First challenges. Williams is there, so too Fishlock. Esther. And there is the half-time whistle. And what a half it has been. Lynn Williams with the opening goal. Rose Lavelle beating the offside trap and equalising for OL Reign. And then in stoppage time, Esther, the Spaniard, with a header from a mid-purse corner. And Gotham 2-1 up at the break. Final thoughts on the half, Laurie?
Yeah, not surprising with the way this game started. Back and forth at first, and then the goals start coming.
Yeah, well, let's hear now from Lynn Williams, who's with Tiffany.
Lynn, Midge Purse doing some work, playing some beautiful balls into you and Esther. How were you able to create in those situations?
Yeah, we just have to trust in ourselves, know that we're good 1v1, and then be posed in front of the goal.
At halftime, how do you guys hold on to this momentum?
Staying disciplined, defensively, organized, talking a lot. They're very crafty in the midfield, but if we just stay tight in our defensive unit, then they can't really penetrate. So just staying focused.
Thanks, Lynn.
Thank you.
Lynn Williams, big game player. And this is a fun game to watch, an intense game, no doubt, to play in. But it is 2-1 at the break to Gotham. Stick around, we're going to hear from Poppy, Carly, Jordan, the other side of this break. You are watching the 2023 Alli NWSL Championship on CBS Sports.
Hi, welcome along. It's halftime in San Diego in the NWSL Championship. Dramatic first half. Lynn Williams opened the scoring. Rose Lavelle answered, but on the stroke of halftime, Midge Purse found Esther in the box, and the World Cup winner has Gotham in front on the stroke of halftime. Welcome along, everybody. It's so nice to have you with us. I'm Poppy Miller here with NWSL veteran Jordan Angeli and two-time World Cup winner and Gotham investor Carly Lloyd. We've got so much to get through, so let's get straight into the highlights, shall we? Starting 6 minutes in when a really heartbreaking moment happened for Megan Rapinoe, which saw her forced off with injury. She went down here, Jordan, no contact, and it was just really, really heartbreaking.
It was, and it was devastating. Everybody, though, on their feet here at Snapdragon to send Megan Rapinoe off, at least with a round of applause. But it got interesting about 25 minutes in, but Gotham had possession for about 10 minutes, and then they poked and prodded. They regained the ball high on the field. It was through Alli Krieger, and then they switched the point of attack. And watch the individual brilliance here of Midge Purse to not just beat one, not just beat two, but then beat the third defender, and then here to find the right pass. The seam there opens up. Lynn Williams all by herself because there's an overload, and she passes it in the back of the net. Really good first goal from Gotham.
And scoring drought doesn't matter, right?
Nope.
For Lynn Williams. And here you can see Gotham playing with this really high line, and what Rose Lavelle does best is those runs in from midfield, in behind, and I mean, superb finish with her laces right there to just be calm and cool and collected.
And deceptive. You mentioned it in pregame, how deceptive she is. She opens up her hips last minute, tucks it away. And we haven't seen this, though. Neely Martin with a long throw wreaked a lot of havoc on this OL Reign squad. It should have been the second goal right here. This one from Sheehan goes off the bar. It's unfortunate, but Gotham had one more chance at the end of the half.
They did, and you know what? Midge Purse has been absolutely amazing in tonight's game. I mean, what an unbelievable service, first of all. And what we say, Esther, 5'3" to get up. I mean, quality header for her to put that one away right before half.
So Gotham, they're up 2-1 at halftime. There will be a new NWSL champion today. Yesterday saw a new feature of Championship Week. The first ever CarMax Skills Challenge. 10 stars from across the league participated. And for more, here's Ali Wagner.
There are going to be 3 different skills. The first is a shootout.
Aubrey!
Oh,
good!
that's nice.
Come on, Katie!
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Katie!
Second competition is going to be tech ball.
Yes! Yeah! Recovery.
Oh!
That works!
Oh! Point East! What a game! All right, we're moving to our last challenge. The crossbar challenge.
Yes! Oh! Aubrey!
Welcome back to San Diego. The Snapdragon Stadium is hosting the 2023 final between OL Reign and Gotham FC, who are a goal up, and that is a very sorry sight. Megan Rapinoe having gone down injured in the opening minutes of this game, having already put in a dangerous looking cross in the opening seconds. Her professional career is over. So too Lynn Williams' teammate Alli Krieger after today's game. One of them will win the championship for the very first time. But these players have all scored a goal tonight, and it's Gotham 2-1 up with another 45 to play, at least. And we're back underway. No changes for either side at the start of this second half. Bethany Bolser having come on early in that first period to replace Rapinoe. Emily Sonnet on the ball now with OL Reign in the dark blue and Gotham in the white. There is Alli Krieger. On by Martin, nodded forwards by Sonnet. And Laurie Lindsay, you just get the impression there's plenty more drama to come.
Yeah, there certainly is. And one of the things that we saw for OL Reign, immediately getting out onto the field after halftime, ready to get back to business. But right now, Balser, Heitema, Fishlock in the midfield, they have to raise their game, help Rose Lavelle, who was excellent in that first half, to be able to get the equalizer. Balser, the leading goal scorer for OL Reign, she's one of the players that can certainly find the back of the net. Can they get her going a bit more in this second half? And then for Gotham FC, showed their ability to have variety in the attack, moving the ball quickly, loads of confidence. Can they continue to do more of that and look for a little bit more separation in this game?
Bruninia is surrounded, and Midge Purse looks at the referee as if to say, you are going to give a foul there, right? And she's also saying, hang on a minute, that's a yellow card for throwing the ball away.
And I think she's also arguing down here on the other end. She felt like she was fouled, didn't get the call. If you're going to call this one, why didn't I get the one on the other end?
Here's Maitane with a free kick for Gotham. If you've not been watching the NWSL this season, then where have you been? It has been an extraordinary campaign. Such a tight league as well. Not too many leagues in the world that I can think of whereby you're going into the final day of the regulation season with 10 out of the 12 sides still in with a chance of winning the championship.
Yeah, we can't say it enough, Jackie. Just fine margins, and we're seeing that in this game tonight. And really, it's about momentum, not always about who's the better team in the game, who has the momentum, the belief. Both of these teams have shown that through the playoffs, and right now, Gotham FC with a little bit of the edge.
It's Reign, who finished in 4th place this year with 32 points. Gotham FC in 6th, just 1 point fewer. And yet there had been 27 points separating them last season. Top against bottom it was, as Krieger gives the ball away. Back by Sonnet. Forwards by Latsko. Huerta with a delivery. In towards Heitema. Fishlock from long range.
Well, listen, it's the right idea, and those late runs coming out of the midfield are going to be key for OL Reign. But let's not forget about Huerta on that far side. 16 of the 31 goals have come from crosses. They have to continue to play their strengths, and in these late runs, as that follow-up from Fishlock doesn't get much of it, never really is able to commit to it, get enough on that. That one's always trickling wide, but it's a better, bright start to this second half for OL Reign.
Maitane. Fishlock with a header. And Bruninia, Fishlock again. Forwards from Heitema to Lavelle. Crowd with a sense of anticipation whenever Rose Lavelle is anywhere near the ball in the attacking third. Cook. Barnes to Fishlock. Cook, the centre half, looking for Heitema. Maitane's there. Here's Balser with a strike, and she was not far away.
Well, Jackie, in the first half, we said play balls in behind that high line for Gotham FC, and this is what it creates. It's so difficult to have to defend. There's the clearance, but there's also Balser, and she gets all of that. Great first touch to get it down. Just comes underneath, anticipates the header from Maitane, and then gets all of it, and that does not miss by much. But right now, they can continue to put this Gotham FC under a lot of pressure. They have to continue to push the pace, and Balser has to be at the heart of it.
A great shot of the bench there with the reaction as they thought their teammate was about to draw level.
And Jackie, it's not always about that initial ball over the top. Sometimes it's about anticipating that second ball, the missed clearance. And if you can anticipate it quickly, then you have players like Balser, at times Roosevelt, even Fishlock coming in underneath. Those are the areas that they're going to have to look for, because that's when the gaps start to open up for Gotham FC between their back line and their midfield line.
Yasmin Ryan there. And Jess Fishlock contesting that ball. Jess Fishlock, you just get a feeling is going to have a big part to play in this second half. keep talking about experience, but they have 3 of the originals. Lauren Barnes, Megan Rapinoe and Fishlock, who played 11 seasons here with Reign in this league. Esther full of confidence after that wonderful header to put her side 2-1 up. Looking for Peirce, as she would do given Peirce's form in that first half.
And there's Esther just dropping into the midfield, drawing attention, and that will open up a space for someone else. Trying to find Midge Peirce as the outlet, just doesn't come off, but better from Gotham FC to try to find their central players, narrow the field a bit, and then get those wingers once again isolated.
Alli Krieger into Williams. Here's Sheehan. Trying to dink it in towards Esther. Let's go battling away. Here's Huerta. Challenged by Delaney Sheehan. Oh, and it could come loose now. It's to Ryan. Peirce. McClernand wins it back though. Here's Lavelle. Now it's back with OL Reign. Bolsa looking to drive into space. Peirce has gone with her. Still Bethany Bolsa. Huerta. Williams charges it down. Summit. Now what can Reign create here with Latsko? She scored from this position already in these playoffs. Oh, and she's gone down. And the referee thought about it and waved play on as Krieger brings the ball away. Now you'd expect VAR to have a look at that while the ball is out of play. The VAR are checking now as the challenge from behind by Neiswanger, who says, I didn't do anything. Latsko bursting into the box. Didn't look to be a great deal in that. Frustration from Laura Harvey.
A little communication between Latsko and Sonnet, and I would imagine Sonnet's telling her right now, continue to do that. Get yourself faced up with Neiswanger 1v1, be direct, be decisive. The 2 game winners in the last 2 games, they need her to step up her game in these minutes.
The check is complete, but Christina Uncle, was there anything in that for you?
2 things Sarah VAR is taking a look at, or took a look at, was the upper body. Was there enough of a hook? And more importantly, was it within inside the penalty area? And that's where the biggest question would be. And I don't think it was, so I think the check complete's correct.
Here's Midge Peirce. Well, she's won a corner off McClernand. This game end to end so quickly.
Yeah, it's going to start to open up even more as we're going to see OL Reign have to chase, have to send numbers forward to try to get the equalizer. Well, what does that do on the other end? It opens up space for Midge Peirce, Lynn Williams on the other side, who've really propelled their team so far in the first half and the opening minutes of the second one to cause a lot of problems for that back line of OL Reign.
Oh, it's a flat kick. Now it's back with Gotham. Here's Braninia. Yasmin Ryan. So many talented players everywhere you look on this field. And Ryan's gone down, but play on, says the referee, as Braninia delivers the ball in towards Esther, and we know what she can do with her head. Just nicked away from her as Yasmin Ryan appeals to the assistant referee, Jennifer Garner, on this near side, as if to say, come on, you saw that.
Well, there's a lot of confidence you feel from this Gotham FC right now. Sheehan getting involved. We didn't call her name a ton in that first half, but spaces opening up in the central areas, getting a hold of this game in different ways, whether it's direct play over the top or once they do win it, being a bit more patient, starting to move it side to side and look for the combination. And we know that they can build and start to be even more dangerous in the attack once they do get a hold of the ball. Gotham FC.
Here's Ryan. Ryan looking to create something, and McLernan's there. Let's hear from Leanne Sanderson, who's pitch side.
Yeah, Jackie, I just spoke to the sports psychologist at the OL Reign to figure out, what the key messages were at half-time, and she said none other than win this for Megan Rapinoe. So the messages were clear at half-time.
Thanks, Leanne. Yes, if you are joining us late, legendary Megan Rapinoe, very sadly pulling up injured off the ball, just went down, whether it's a calf or whatever. She could not continue. It was pretty clear pretty quickly, and it was very early in this game, and it meant that Reign had to reshuffle, and Balsa came off the bench. And Megan Rapinoe was in tears for some time, but now it's a case of supporting her teammates who have some defending to do. Away by Balsa. The referee's Katya Koroleva tonight. A little pause in play before we get back underway to see what happened. Was there potential handball there by Phoebe McLernan? Looked to be shoulder rather than anything to do with the arm, so play on we go. Martin with a long throw, flicked on by Maitane. Sheehan with the ball. Lasco couldn't get hold of it, goes again. Nice Wonga's there. Sheehan able to turn up against Sonnet. What about the out ball here now to Pearce, who's in space? A good ball as well as McLernan comes across. Pearce takes her on and beats her, and that's a decent ball in. Had to be put behind by Bonds. Dangerous play again from Midge Pearce.
Yeah, Midge Pearce especially has McLernan's number right now, just getting faced up, and no answer from McLernan. There she is, just a heavy touch to get past her, and that is a good looking ball across. Keeps it on the ground inside the 6-yard box, earns her team a corner kick.
Reign have to be mentally switched on once again for this delivery from Jenna. Nice Wonga. Into the danger area, away from Cook. Forwards by Martin, and now Fishlock will clear. Jess Fishlock, a real warrior, age 36 now. Looking to win this title for the very first time. One of the originals. Esther, no foul by McLernan. It's off Fishlock. So he'll be happy enough. Juan Carlos Amoros, the former Real Betis head coach, had 18 months there before a good spell at Houston. Coming in midway through the season and taking them into the playoffs. Pearce with an intelligent throw in, and here's Ryan up against Cook. Good defending though by Sonnet, there in the nick of time. And that's what she's done so well all season, and why she's so highly valued by her Reign teammates, and that's why Rose Lavelle's so highly valued too. Oh, that's stunning from Rose Lavelle, absolutely stunning. Can they finish it? Let's go, but what a save though by Mandy Hort, coming up big at the vital moment. And it looked for all the world as though Lasco was going to put Reign back on level terms.
Well, next is a save from Mandy Hot to make herself big, and you just felt at the last second we're going to see Mandy Hot down on that far side. But there's the high line, and it is so risky from Gotham FC. We're seeing Rose Lavelle once again wiggling her way through pressure, loads of space for Latsko, but then it's just that last little second where she slows down. It allows for Hot to be able to get set, keeps herself big, and what a big paw that is with her left hand to get low, keep it out of the back of the net. Well done from the young goalkeeper, but that is something right now for OL Reign to continue to look for, because it is so risky with this 1-goal lead right now for Gotham FC to play that high of a line.
Let's bring in former US international goalkeeper Jill Loyden for your thoughts on that. You'd have been delighted to see a save, no doubt.
And we talked about it earlier, how Mandy Hott's so good at her preventative goalkeeping, but it's a really wise decision here to drop, protect the goal, wait and be patient. She sees that Jenna Neiswanger is putting that recovery pressure on Latsko there. She remains patient, reads, anticipates, and comes up with that huge momentum-changing save right now.
Well, we have the benefit of hindsight, of course, Laurie, and it's so much easier from up there. But do you think Veronica Latsko, when she looks back, will be thinking, I wish I'd just put it across the goalkeeper where there's perhaps a little more space?
Well, yeah, but to Jill's point, it's Gotham that does such a good job of getting numbers back behind the ball, preventing it. Mandy Hott steps out. She makes it predictable for herself. And then the numbers back, so at the end of the moment, not a lot of space for her to be able to tuck that in, whether it's the near post or the far post. And in these moments, Jackie, that's what you need, a full team effort, everyone trying to get into the attack, but also doing what they can to get back and save that play. And well done for the young goalkeeper, Mandy Hott.
Yes, 25 years of age, Mandy Hott. Became the starting goalkeeper in August when Abby Smith was injured. He spent last season in Sweden with Patea. And Hart's okay, and we're back underway. And Rain will be going for the jugular in the final half hour or so of this game. Krieger comes across in the final half hour of her career. As things stand, she will be walking away with her first ever championship medal. Unless Rose Lavelle and co can breach that Gotham defence again. Can they hear? McClernand stepped in. Fishlock finds Balser in a little space. Balser with a cross. Fishlock challenged by Esther. Sonnet. This game is far from over. Sonnet. And it was Huerta who had made the run, a little too much on it, but a nice idea.
Yeah, it's a great idea. And that entire play starts, though, from them being more aggressive in their approach defensively. McClernand on this near side steps hard, doesn't allow Purse to be able to get out on the counter, and then they're able to keep it and string a few passes together. That is what you need from OL Reign in these moments. Dictate the tempo, move it side to side, and then look for that space to open up. Right idea from Huerta to try to get in behind that back line. Now it's about getting that pass to come off just a bit more textured in behind.
Picked up by Sonnet. Nice Wonger. And now it's Sheehan. Esther. Clever ball in field to Williams as Gotham look to build. Sheehan looking for Purse. Good ball. Midge Purse has caused havoc down this right-hand side all night. 2 assists to her name. Oh, and she's gone past McClernand and the ball to the far post.
Well, one thing that Midge Purse doesn't get enough credit for is her movement, picking the spaces and when she can be most effective. And right now, that's about staying out of the play. Initially, she gets herself isolated, gets 1v1, says thank you very much, goes right through the legs, and then gets the ball on the other side. Maybe a bit aggressive on that attempt to go for the far post. But hey, if you're feeling it, why not?
She's full of confidence, and so she should be. As Krieger takes the ball in her stride. She's been fantastic again this season, the 39-year-old. A player you know well, Laurie, just what she likes to play with.
Well, she's excellent. Been so important to the rebuild of this team, but positive, a leader, both on and off the field. And as we're seeing, just aggressive in her approach. And it's so needed in these moments. Because you mentioned earlier, the fine margins in this league, not much is separating teams, but you have to play for a little bit more.
Here we are with the 4th seed and the 6th seed battling it out. And as things stand, it's the side that finished 6th in the NWSL out of 12 who are on course for the championship. Still a long way to go. Lavelle, lovely idea with the reverse ball into Heitema. Maitane's having none of it.
And we talked about it in the Portland game in the semifinal. Alli Krieger doing such a good job. But this player has the ability to unlock the center backs for Gotham FC. Just her ability to wiggle herself out of pressure. You got two players there. She says thank you very much. The final pass, but then also what an excellent finish that is in the first half to tie this game initially. They have to continue to find her the ball and let her go once they do get into the attack.
Well, they've admitted that they really have struggled without her this season. There are only 3 regular season matches, which Lavelle and Fishlock have played together in the midfield with Rapinoe as well. And they just love her in the side. And we can see tonight just why that is. And she looks to turn away. But here's Fishlock, back to Lavelle. What can she create here? Nice idea of a ball towards Latsko. With a goal kick. Puerta. This final between 2 founder members of the NWSL. In 2013, Rapinoe have won 3 shields, finishing top of the league on 3 occasions. Their coach, Laura Harvey, has been NWSL Head Coach of the Year on 3 occasions too. They haven't as yet managed to seal the championship. There's Gotham going for another. Williams in towards Esther. Still with Esther. Now Bruninia. Dealt with by Fishlock. Only as far as Ryan. Ryan loses her footing.
Well, it doesn't look like much because she is not a fancy player, but she has been such a good outlet, calming presence once it does come into the midfield. One touch to get it under control, second one to find Williams or Purse, switch the point of attack. There's a one little touch ball into Lynn Williams.
Now here she had with a strike from distance.
Well, she's certainly gaining in confidence, finding some really good positions to influence this game in the attack.
And now Sinead Farrelly is entering the fray for Gotham FC. And it's Yasmin Ryan, who won the championship last year with Portland, looking to go back-to-back with championship medals. And it's her teammates who are going to have to get it over the line. And what a moment for Sinead Farrelly. 7.5 years out of the game after initially being injured in a car crash. She still has so much more to give at the age of 33. She doesn't have the miles on the clock, but she certainly does have the skill in those legs. And here's Midge Purse, who could run all day, create all day as well. Clear by Fishlock. We can get the best seat at the best price by becoming a Gotham FC season ticket holder. Packages for the 2024 season are now available at gothamfc.com/memberships. NWSL games are hot tickets now. There is entertainment everywhere you look. Never a foregone conclusion. Fishlock with the ball over the top.
Well, you can see McLaren on this near side saying, play me that ball, just Fishlock. And that's where they have to find that balance. And when they're going to go quickly to look for the space in behind, when can they keep it and allow for more runs to develop? Been better served if they found McLaren on this near side.
McLernan's there. Heitema miscues it, but booted forwards by Sonnet. Gotham FC going for their first NWSL title. They did win the WPS, the inaugural season in 2009 when they were known as Sky Blue. Rebranded a couple of years ago. Made the Challenge Cup final, but this would be their first victory. And it would be an extraordinary one if they were to see it through. Made by Cook.
Yeah, and in the attack, Jackie, right now for OL Reign, need a little bit more something to be able to threaten behind. You have Elise Bennett that can come on. You have Angelina that can come into the midfield. That would push Rose Lavelle in a little bit higher. Just something that adds a little bit more fluidity, dynamism in the attack for OL Reign.
Well, as Martin waits to take this, let's bring in Leanne Sanderson.
Yeah, following from what Laurie just said, tactically we know Bethany Balsa and Jordan Heitema are not usually on the field to play at the same time, so it'll be interesting to see what Laura Harvey does tactically, maybe bringing on a substitute at some point soon.
Thanks, Leanne. Former England international with us on our broadcast. And here's Martin. Oh, and here's an opportunity for Niswanger, away by Cook and lashed over the bar at the second attempt by the rookie.
Well, we haven't seen a ton of it in this game so far, but Niswanger, we're so used to her getting into advanced positions, does well. They find a little bit of space in behind, and then look at the runners. She does so well, Niswanger, to keep that one on frame, calls the rebound, and then just skies it. Has to do better with that second attempt to really force a save from Claudia Dickey.
I think she would have done had it been on her left foot. That could have been ending up
fair point.
Somewhere very different. Somewhere near the top corner, I think. And she did score a fabulous goal against Reign in that 4-1 victory in Seattle in May. And it was an extraordinary game. They were 3-0 up at half-time. Having lost 4 games in a row to Reign, they went 3-0 up, and at half-time, Lynn Williams said, "Don't be surprised, this has been coming." Then they went 4-0 up as well, before Heitema pulled the goal back, and they said that was their turning point. Alli Krieger saying, after that we believed. And here they are in the championship game. We're hearing Quinn is preparing to come on.
Well, and just to that point, Jackie, we're so used to talking the front runners for Gotham FC, but Niswanger is so important in the attack and get high up on that left-hand side, create, combine. A lot of times she'll pinch in and create overload centrally, difficult to defend. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a bit more of that as this game goes on.
Oh, and Fishlock's ball is short, intercepted by Williams, but back with Sonnet. McLernan going towards Let's Go! She couldn't connect. She got the wrong side of Lynn Williams, and that was a glorious opportunity.
Well, and that was it. That is the ball that they will be looking for the rest of this game. The wide run from Latsko, beautiful ball in from McLernan, just picks her out perfectly and almost gets caught in between two minds, excited to get on the end of it, and then just misses it in the end. But the right run, the right ball, something that the Reign have to continue to look for as this game wears down.
Well, it's Veronica Latsko who scored that header against Angel City in the quarter-final to get them into the semi-final. And it was her cross which somehow flew over the top of all the defenders and the goalkeeper in this stadium to beat San Diego Wave, who'd be devastated not to be in this final on home turf. But huge credit to the Wave, by the way. Casey Stoney and her side finishing top of the pile in only their second season, having made the playoffs last year as well. That in itself is an incredible achievement. As Quinn comes on, and it is Latsko who's had a couple of really good opportunities to draw level, won't get a chance. As Quinn, the midfielder, comes on.
Oh, and there's a rotation we were talking about. Fishlock's the one that's going to move higher up the field. It does look like Heitema is going to go to that right-hand side where Latsko just came off of.
Fishlock wins it back and try to squeeze it through to Heitema. Well, it's closed down. Mandy Hart, who was drafted from Virginia Tech in 2020, on the US Under-20 International. She's done really well since taking over from Abby Smith. So too Claudia Dickey up the other end. Big game for both of them. Martin under pressure from Balsa. Nobody wants to be making a mistake in a final as big as this, with around a quarter of an hour or so to go. McLernan with the interception to Balsa. What can Rain do here? Lofted up towards Fishlock, picked up by Sonnet. Here's Quinn. Barnes. Fishlock tries to leave it for Balsa.
And those are the moments where Balsa has to stay wide. Just allows for Montane to come over, make the play. Carries the defender with her.
Sheehan to Purse. As Bruninia vacated the space she thought she was going to occupy. Away by Dickey. Balsa back into midfield. It's Niswonger forwards. It's just all getting a little scrappy at the moment. Both sides trying to bring the ball under control. Now it's McLernan for Rain. Sonnet. And the ball's on for Huerta. Quinn. Canada international. Back to Quinn. And then Sonnet. Just feel the tension in the air here.
Well, exactly like the first 15-20 minutes of the game, Jackie, it's about managing the emotions and knowing that you're getting down to the wire. And for OL Reign in particular, just being patient. Both of these teams have shown that they can keep possession. No need to be too urgent and give these opportunities away and allow for Gotham to be able to regain possession. Lynn Williams, a player that you want on the field, who's been in these positions right now to calm things down. And once again, take the sting out of the game, slow it down in their favor.
Huerta. Now here's Sonnet. Montani has to get this right. Under pressure. Oh, there's two Rain players getting in each other's way. Balsa and Lavelle. A little more activity on the bench as well. Here's Rose Lavelle. Interception by Purse. Back to Fishlock. Now here's McLernan. Flicked on by Heitmer. Now here's Sinead Farley. Ireland international. Williams. We're into game management territory here, Laurie. They don't want to be too negative, Gotham, but they do have a slim advantage with 10 plus minutes to play. They don't want to do anything too risky.
Or give up these types of fouls. Getting close into their defensive half. It's about picking your moments when you're going to go forward with numbers, but also have good shape behind the ball. Don't leave yourself exposed, because these last 10 minutes or so, it is all about OL Reign getting balls in behind, putting them under pressure defensively, get numbers into that 18-yard box and cause a lot of problems with the overloads.
Lauren Barnes to Cook, looking to float one into the path of Lavelle, but Purse is there. She's been magnificent. McLernan into Quinn. Fishlock. Forces Huerta wide. Patience from Rain, trying to fashion an opportunity, and Sonnet's up there. And Lavelle was there. Now the offside flag goes up. There's Alli Long to come on for Delaney Sheehan for Gotham. Well, Sheehan has done incredibly well this season. Not a regular starter before. Former Paris FC player. She's really done well due to the various injuries in midfield, and somebody with a lot more experience now. Alli Long, 36 years of age. Coming back after the birth of her twins. She did play 9 weeks pregnant, by the way. She didn't realise she was carrying twins. She had no idea. Whoops.
Well, and I think this is the difference right now, Jackie, between these two teams. You're bringing Alli Long with loads of experience, can see this game out, calm things down centrally, and with the Megan Rapinoe injury, that changes not only the emotions around the game, but the substitution pattern for OL Reign as well. Bethany Balcer's one that's been coming off the bench to be an impact player. Well, she starts in the first few minutes, and then you have to shift things around, and you're looking to see who can come on and really push the pace for you. You've seen the rotation of Fishlock going a little bit higher, but right now that is the difference on who's coming off the bench between these two teams.
More frustration from Laura Harvey. She felt the throw-in was about to go her way. And of course, Gotham won't be in any hurry to take any kind of throw-ins or set pieces. Alli is proud to support this presentation of the National Women's Soccer League. Alli, do it right. Esther finds Purse. All hands to the pump now for both sides. Reign going in search of the equaliser. Gotham fighting to retain their advantage that would see them finish as champions for the very first time. Every single ball now fiercely contested. Nice Wonger for Williams to chase. Cook goes across. Williams so quick.
Oh, you like the run from Lynn Williams. Forces Alana Cook to have to come over outside of the center back position, try to double back. So difficult to defend Lynn Williams. She's had quite the game, and we talked about her not only finding the back of the net and how lethal she can be in those areas, but her work on both sides of the ball, and she has certainly shown up so far tonight.
Williams scored in the 120th minute, so the last minute of extra time in 2016. The Western New York Flash. And it's swept back in. And they ended up winning on a penalty shootout. Balsa with the throw, looking for Heitema. Maitane's there. And they've had to evolve really throughout the season, Gotham, making all those additions in the off-season. Williams being one of the key ones, but it really has been all change. In stark contrast to Reign, who've had a really settled side. As Long went in on Lavelle, who felt that.
Well, that was certainly a tough challenge. Alli Long just coming through her. Lavelle trying to open up right there. There's a little bit of a loose touch, but also trying to get on the half turn to go straight to goal. Doesn't see Alli Long on the backside. This comes right through her.
And there is Elise Bennett getting her taste of the action, the 23-year-old. Former Washington State University. Edgar was an NFL player with the Green Bay Packers and Chicago Bears, so he knows all about top-level sport. Brought up with it, a great help to her with injuries.
On that substitution, Jackie tells me that Laura Harvey's like, get the ball over the top, allow Elise Bennett to get in beyond. Force Gotham FC to have to defend, facing their own goal more than we've seen in the last 10 minutes or so.
Foul. Free kick in favour of the Reign. Bennett has scored 3 goals in all competitions so far this season. Now they need one from somewhere, anywhere. Quinn. Lauren Barnes. Too much on that. And Mandy Hort will be absolutely delighted to grab that.
Well, one thing that we talked about coming into this half was the young goalkeeper stepping up. Well, Mandy Hort's done that, but this was a big moment in the game that changed the complexity of it, especially for OL Reign. Megan Rapinoe going down on the far side in the opening minutes. She would be substituted out for Bethany Balser. You can see her in the booth there, and really it's been a tough one for OL Reign to come back from that injury from an emotional standpoint, but also just being able to bring on game changers, players that can influence the game later in this second half.
Oh, Purse has done really well again, upended that time by Sonnet, and that's a clear yellow card. No complaints there.
Well, Sonnet has certainly put in a shift and not afraid to go to ground and come out of that central area.
Well, Juan Carlos Amoros has just given the sub-goalkeeper Michelle Betos a message to relay to Midge Purse on the ground.
Right there, though. When you see the deserved yellow card on Sonnet, arm wrapped around Midge Purse's neck.
Claudia Dickey barking instructions to her defenders. So UNC coach Alison Dorrance told her she has to be more vocal, and she'll be a top goalkeeper. Now she could be called upon here. Niswonger with a delivery, swinging. Quinn's underneath it. Oh, Gotham will be absolutely delighted if the last couple of minutes of this game are just very disrupted. There's Katie Stengel, match winner in the last round of the playoffs, comes on in place of Esther, who could well be match winner in the final. Now, what a header it was. Yes, she was given space, but yes, she planted it superbly into the back of the net. And Katie Stengel will come on now and just try to see out time, just try to be clever, try to manage the game, and of course, if she can nick another goal, then imagine the scenes.
Yeah, and how good it was, Esther. Movement, getting that go-ahead goal so far. But so good occupying center backs. That opened up space for Purse. Williams on the other side to get isolated. Really the front three just clicking at the right time for Gotham FC. Put a lot of pressure on OL Reign's back line tonight.
Rangers need to get hold of the ball to try to force that equaliser, which would send us into extra time. And Purse with a challenge on Balser. Play on, says the referee. And on we go with McLernon. And Balser still down. Now we will have a break here, and it will enable Balser to receive some treatment, as well as the messages from each coach to get through to the players and what they want from them respectively in the stoppage time that will be added on here.
Well, it just looks like maybe the landing for Balser as she comes down. Both players going up for it, rightfully so. Midge Purse establishing her positioning. It's a little bit of the force as they're coming down, and then Balser gets the worst of it. That landing.
Yeah, Balser wears that headband, by the way, because her parents advised her to a decade or so ago when she was a teenager, because they were concerned about concussion, and she's stuck with it ever since. And we're into a minimum of 5 added minutes of Verizon stoppage time, in which OL Reign will be throwing absolutely everything at this Gotham defence. Gotham, though, have proved how resilient they are under Juan Carlos Amorós. He's away by Neiswanger. Back to Quinn. And Quinn's lost it to Katie Stengel. And now here's Lynn Williams with pace. Lynn does well, though, to cover. Back with Sonnet. If you were to be picking a player of the match, I don't know who you'd be picking, because even though Emily Sonnet's currently on the losing side, she has been absolutely magnificent today. As Rain, though, need to create something here in added time. Well, Heitema was trying to leave it for Lavelle. She knows what magic she can sprinkle on proceedings. She already has done, not just with the goal, which was beautifully taken, but also with her flicks and touches. And there's one to Heitema. And Balsa's calling for it, and Balsa gets it, and the flag stays down. Bethany Balsa, and it's Opranina for a corner to Rain. And now the flag goes up. Well, they always have to keep it down, the flag, just in case the ball does end up in the back of the net.
Well, and that's an interesting call. I'm not sure which one is offside, because Balser's clearly onside. Krieger's keeping her on in the center of the field. Wrong call from the assistant referee, and as an opportunity, even thought that Balser could have played that one across first time.
Hart with the goal kick, the free kick rather. Dives back with Barnes. 11 years at Rain, yet to win a championship. She has 3 Shield medals to her name. Will the wait go on for Fishlock, Barnes and co? Will Megan Rapinoe end her career without an NWSL championship medal to add to those Shield medals? Will Gotham come from absolutely nowhere, from bottom of the table last season with just 13 points from 22 games, to the championship the following year? Or can Rain find the equaliser? Here's Huerta, known for her deliveries. Here's Quinn. Nice touch from them. Quinn dinks it in towards Alana Cook.
And that really sums up the second half for OL Reign, trying to force the issue, being a bit impatient, playing the balls in behind, not the right texture, not the right pace to be able to catch out Gotham's back line. But all the credit to Gotham, committing players back, staying connected as a back four, dropping when necessary, and making life predictable for themselves defensively.
Are Rain a little too predictable? If it's not Rose Lavelle creating, then perhaps do they lack creativity from elsewhere?
Absolutely, and that was one of the issues that we were talking about. When Megan Rapinoe goes down, then that changes your substitution pattern. Balser is, the last couple of games, has been more of a substitute coming on, a game changer as of late. Well, she gets more of the minutes, and then you have to go deeper into your bench. Players that aren't always used to coming in and playing significant minutes, especially in games of this championship level.
Williams battling away. Mike Tane. Barnes who got the touch, but it's Neiswanger for Williams to chase. Now she's going to be using all her experience in the 5th minute of stoppage time to try and keep this ball as far away from her own goal as possible. Cook up to Heitema. Nice turn from her, but Krieger is there. And Alli Krieger is roughly around 90 seconds away from being crowned NWSL champion in her very, very last game. Can they see it through? Balsa's going through. Hart is there.
And she's been excellent. Outside of conceding the goal, not much that she could do with that against Rose Lavelle, that OL Reign scored, but she's been proactive off her line, keeping the high line, because all the credit to Gotham FC. They want to bait you into playing those balls over the top. So we talk about OL Reign being a bit predictable. Well, that is exactly what Gotham wants. They'll play the high line, but then they're connected as a unit defensively, and they have made this predictable for themselves all game long.
Bennett over the top. Oh, and it's there. Oh, what an opportunity for Rose Lavelle with virtually the last kick of the game. Everybody stopped with 2 Reign players down injured. and also Midge Purse, but play continued, and my goodness, Gotham were living dangerously there. Christina Uncle.
Whether or not the contact happened outside, and here it is, it's very clear, it's outside of the penalty area. The question is now whether the VAR broadly will be sending that down for potential denying an obvious goal scoring opportunity. The check is occurring at this moment. It has not yet been check complete, but that will be the question. Was this a denying an obvious goal scoring opportunity behind by the hand? Ball is not yet in play. They're still checking for that. My opinion on this one, based off if it should be sent down for denying an obvious goal scoring opportunity, and a red card should be issued for the handling offense. Referee Katja Koroleva is going to take a look at the monitor now.
Drama in stoppage time, at the end of stoppage time, as Katja Koroleva is called over to the monitor by the VAR, Kevin Broadley, with the suggestion that this is indeed a clear and obvious error from the officials, and that is a handball by the goalkeeper outside the penalty area, with Elise Bennett bearing down on goal and denying Bennett and Rain an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. Let's see what Koroleva has decided. It is indeed a free kick on the edge of the box, and it is indeed a red card for Mandy Hawk, who came out of her goal. She'd hoped it was just inside the penalty area, but it was just outside. She appeared to mouth, "What do I do?" because she's so new and inexperienced in this game. And what drama we have right at the death here, that the goalkeeper is sent off. Well, former US international goalkeeper Jill Loyden is with us. What do you make of that?
Well, this is the most difficult decision for a goalkeeper to make. The ball in behind the back line, right on the edge of the box. Mandy Hawk not sure if she can come out to win it, trying to wait for it to come in the box. Elise Bennett's pressure was very good, intense pressure there. Hawk decides to take a risk and put her hands outside the box because she hesitated. And that's a really difficult height for a goalkeeper to manage. She either has to head it or take a chest touch past pressure, but the hesitation takes a risk at the end, ultimately deemed a red card.
And what a moment now for Michelle Betos, 35 years of age. Her only appearance this season has been in the Challenge Cup. And now she'll be stepping onto the field.
Well, it's one of the reasons, Jackie, that we talked about for Elise Bennett coming on to this field as a substitute for OL Reign to put the keeper, put the back line under pressure. Well done from Elise Bennett from an OL Reign perspective to put Mandy Hawk in that position.
Well, Christine, your thoughts on the referee Katja Koroleva handling this situation right now?
Yeah, at the current moment, as you can see, they are waiting. There is not going to be a VAR on a VAR decision. So here, essentially, the tactics by the team for Gotham is to try to delay and essentially kind of stonewall this decision. As you can see here, they have put the gloves in. And effectively, there you go. There's a change of the shirt that was necessary for it. There is a lot going on. Not only did we have a dog-so VAR, we also had an additional yellow card on the head manager here for Gotham FC. The proper steps are being taken. However, at this end of the day, you are managing and dealing essentially with the tactics that are happening.
Well, Neely Martin is going to have to go in goal here. This extraordinary situation. Wow, she has gone in goal before, but Mandy Hawk absolutely distraught at this situation. And the fact that Gotham have run out of substitutes means a midfielder has to go in goal here and has to defend this free kick on the edge of the penalty area. So Gotham, of course, decide the 2-1 up, deep into added time at the end of stoppage time. And Reign are absolutely fuming. So it's Neely Martin, a midfielder in goal with a goalkeeper jersey, because Gotham have run out of substitutes. And if they do manage to equalise, then Gotham will have to go for 30 minutes with a midfielder in goal. This is absolutely extraordinary. Can they get this free kick on frame?
And that is the key, Jackie, is keeping this on frame through traffic. You can see Haitema, Roosevelt, even Huerta standing over this one.
Well, Neely Martin has been here before in this situation for Gotham. In this stadium, and it's off the wall. Martin's wall did the job for her as Bruninia puts the ball out of play. Incredible drama. For Reign now, they simply have to get a shot on target. They have to test the midfielder in goal while they still have time at the end of stoppage time. And we don't know how long Correleva is going to be adding on. Lavelle with a throw-in. It's away by Burse. McClernon. Forwards by Haitema, and Sonnet's there. Lynn Williams does really, really well under pressure to put the ball out of play. And now it's anybody's guess how many more seconds remain before Gotham are crowned champions. But Reign, if they could just get a shot on goal. Oh, they've done it! Gotham have done it! Gotham FC, the 2023 champions! 2022, they finished bottom of the table with 13 points. And this will be their first NWSL trophy in their history. The wait goes on for OL Reign. It's all over for Megan Rapinoe. But Alli Krieger, the captain of Gotham, is a champion in her final ever game.
And just incredible sights for this team. And we've said it all season long, Jackie. They were aggressive in the offseason to bring in a new coach, new ideas, to revive the culture, set the standard. Juan Carlos almost has done that, but then the players. They bring in more talent, more experience, and it shows game in and game out, and then you need the momentum. The momentum, the belief, a little extra. They have that in Alli Krieger. That is what they are playing for. And in this 90 minutes, from start to finish, they got it done. A commitment on both sides of the ball, took their chances when they needed, but then everybody committed to get back defensively, not giving it away. And this is what results. A championship for that player right there, Alli Krieger, and the first one for Gotham FC.
Oh, this is a fairy tale. An absolutely extraordinary story. Megan Rapinoe ended her career so prematurely in the early stages of this game with a non-contact injury. Her teammates will have been desperate to get over the line for her as much as themselves, and for Laura Harvey in her 8th season at the club. But all the credit has to go to Gotham FC. Joy unconfined for Gotham. Neely Martin in goal for the final seconds, the midfielder. And Jess Fishlock consoles Megan Rapinoe. Well, it's time for our ally play of the match. Laurie?
On set pieces can be the biggest differentiator, and look at that ball from Midge Purse. 2 assists on the night for her, just puts it on a platter for a stare. Textbook finish, that would be the game winner, and what a goal it is for their first championship in a stare.
Oh, stick around, we'll have the post-game show next. Right after this break, you've been watching the 2023 Alli NWSL Championship on CBS Sports. Welcome back. Welcome back to San Diego, where Gotham FC have gone from worst to first in the space of 12 months. The night is still young for them. The celebrations will go on long into the night, but after they've picked up that trophy. Let's go down to our public address announcer now, Craig Elston.
Fans, please turn your attention to midfield for tonight's championship ceremony. Please welcome NWSL Commissioner Jessica Berman. Now for the presentation of the championship medals to the referees. The VAR, Kevin Broadley. The AVAR, Maggie Short. Fifth official, Tiffany Turpin. The fourth official, Anya Voigt. The assistant referees, Jennifer Garner and Katarzyna Wasiak. And this evening's referee, Ekaterina Koroleva. And now, fans, please welcome the winners of the 2023 NWSL Championship, Gotham FC. Number 1, Michelle Betos. Number 2, Imani Dorsey. Number 3, Bruninia. Number 4, Abby Smith. Number 5, Kelly O'Hara. Number 6, Allie Long. Number 7, McCall Zerboni. Number 8, Taryn Torres. Number 9, Esther Gonzalez. Number 10, Lynn Williams. Number 12, Kristen Edmonds. Number 13, Mana Shim. Number 14, Neely Martin. Number 15, Sabrina Flores. Number 17, Delaney Sheehan. Number 18, Yasmin Ryan. Number 19, Christy Mewis. Number 20, Taylor Smith. Number 21, Ellie G. Number 22, Mandy Freeman. Number 23, Midge Purse. Number 24, Mandy Hott. Number 25, Ifeoma Onomonu. Number 28, Katie Stengel. Number 32, Jenna Neiswanger. Number 33, Sinead Farrelly. Number 55, Megan McClelland. Number 77, Maytani Lopez. And the captain of Gotham FC, number 11, Alli Krieger. Fans, please welcome former U.S. Women's National Team player Lori Lindsay for the presentation of the NWSL Championship Match MVP and Championship Trophy, presented by Tiffany.
The 2023 NWSL Championship Match MVP is Midge Purse.
All right, Midge, first of all, congratulations. What a performance by you and your team. You particularly 2 assists on the evening. Tell us how you feel.
I'm honestly so honored to play for this club and to be your teammate. This was the biggest team-winning season we've ever had, and I'm truly honored to be with you guys. Thank you.
All right, now I'd like to bring up Gotham FC's captain, Alli Krieger. All right, first of all, congratulations. Last place last season, champions this season. What was the key to getting this win tonight?
I think we came out here, we stuck to our plan, we committed to each other, we trusted in the plan that we had, and we know how good we can be. So we applied everything that we've worked on all season. We've had so much experience to the very last game, and we were so excited to just come out here, enjoy the atmosphere, enjoy the grass, enjoy each other one last time. And I'm so happy we can go home with this trophy. Thank you so much.
Gotham FC are champions. Full analysis of this wonderful moment for them when we come back.
Hi, welcome back. Well, what a night in San Diego. Gotham beat the OL Reign to win their first NWSL title in club history, and their captain, Alli Krieger, gets her fairy tale ending, adding this final trophy to her stacked cabinet. She's number 11, and tonight she wins it all on 11-11. How about that? Good to have you with us, everyone. I'm Poppy Miller here with Jordan Angeli and Carly Lloyd. Well, you both wanted chaos. Was that chaotic enough for you?
I think that was the most chaotic final we have seen. It had everything in there.
Yeah, we might have asked for a little too much chaos, because at the end we thought we were going to see extra time with what transpired there. But man, what a final, entertaining from the beginning to the end.
From last place last season all the way to the top. This is the final moments of the game, though, because it was absolute chaos, wasn't it, to finish? I mean, the last kick of the game and a chance on goal here.
Elise Bennett goes for it, and Mandy Hout just had to make a decision here. She's too close to the edge of her box. She's right by us, and I said, I think that's a handball. This is going to be called for a set piece. It's going to be a red card, denying a goal-scoring opportunity. Oh my goodness. Then it was the second time this year that Neely Martin on this same field had to go in goal. I mean, what are the odds of that? But it ends up well for Gotham, but man, they kept it a little wild there.
They did. Mandy Hout got sent off in the end, but she came up huge, didn't she? It was such a well-deserved win for Gotham today. They had the better of the chances, the deserving winners on the night.
They absolutely did. They came here with a game plan, a vision, and it was exciting. There was chances. The front three put the Reign back line under pressure. And Mandy Hout, I mean, I got to play with her when I was at Gotham FC, and just to see her story, sitting the bench, third string, going overseas and playing, and then to get this big moment and what she did, truly incredible. And this Gotham side, just inspiring. And I mean, Credit to them. Credit to everybody involved.
I feel like on the other side of things, Gotham was last place last year because they could not score goals. Well, Lynn Williams hadn't scored a goal in 139 days. She does it here. Midge Purse also is one of those players. She missed 9 games with an injury earlier in the year, finally found her footing, and not only that, she was decisive in what she did in the attacking third, and that really allowed her to be the MVP. It was her decision making here, not just to go 1v1, to take a defender on, but to find the right pass. She was 5 for 6 in successive dribbles tonight. That is incredible.
I would say this is the most complete performance I've seen Midge Purse perform. I mean, just truly incredible. You know, you could tell she wanted this, assisting, doing anything possible, doing the dirty work defensively. Total deserved MVP, and just amazing to see.
She was fantastic tonight, wasn't she, with those 2 assists, even to the very final whistle, she was still attacking down that flank. Just a very quick note on Megan Rapinoe, because a heartbreaking way to see her forced off, no contact with that injury, but what a career she's had, Jordan.
Yeah, and everybody was cheering for her, and it, you know, unfortunately, everybody's career ends. That's not how we imagined it to end for her, but I think she got a nice salute by every fan here. On the other side, Alli Krieger. They talked about it before. Somebody was going to be able to have the ability to talk about this for the rest of their lives. Well, Alli Krieger in this hand.
So special. It was just a year ago that Midge Purse was saying it gives us a lot of joy and a lot of hope to be able to think that we could be in this place next season. And here she is, MVP tonight. Alli Krieger gets the deserved win in the end. For Jordan Angeli, Carly Lloyd and our entire team, I'm Poppy Miller saying goodbye from San Diego, where Gotham are your 2023 NWSL champions. Streaming of the NWSL Championship continues on CBS Sports Golasso Network. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports in association with the National Women's Soccer League.